G'day defenders, welcome back to another BTLO Replay. I'm Desi, and today we're going to be getting into the medium incident response retired lab called INVOICE. But before we do that, make sure you follow us on X, LinkedIn, or join the Discord community to stay up with all the latest news, stay in touch with people, even talk to some of the creators. Malik is out there doing a great job in the server at the moment, and links for all this will be in the description box below. But for now, let's get started by reading the scenario. Like every other day, Terry logged in and began working on his corporate laptop. But after a while, he noticed several command prompts open and close without him doing anything. He suspects that his laptop has been infected with malware. He reports to the IT team to understand what's happening. We've collected the Sysmon event logs, both JSON and CSV from Terry's laptop, and network traffic in the form of PCAP capture to support the investigation. Use ELK Linux CLI to analyze and retrieve Sysmon logs, and use Wireshark to analyze the PCAP. All right, then we have a whole bunch of questions. So we'll see if this is up. Yeah. And for you guys, let's jump into full screen mode. So what is the name of the process responsible for the entry point of the incident? What is the domain name of the C2C server? What is the name of the document file that's actually connected to the server? What file does the PowerShell download cradle download? Download script again downloads an exe malware. What is the name of the binary used in this operation? C2 server, the exe malware. One of the requests is unique with JSON. Was the first command executed among several commands invoked by the malware? Actually executed sent back to C2. What is the HTTP param in these cases? Can you look into the body request? So body request. So what I'm getting at so far is it looks like we'll be using Sysmon for a lot of this, but then any of the C2 stuff and this body refers to like PCAP really. So we're going to be digging into the PCAP. What are the two registry hives that the malware queries? Malware duplicated itself to a different file name and added itself to scheduled tasks. What is the new file name? Okay. Yeah. So I feel like a lot of this will be Sysmon. So let's open up a command prompt. And I will change these preferences. Let's go dark mode. Colors, yeah, here we go. Oh, my bad. And then I'll also, as always, make this a little bit bigger. So text, we have custom, and 20 is always good. All right, so let's CD to desktop. See what we have here. We've got a README, so let's just cat the README. ELK is up and running. Okay, so we could use ELK, and we've got Wireshark. Clear. I think for this, personally, I really like using command line, especially in Linux. I have access to quite a lot of things. What's some tools? Just CyberChef. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is figure out which one of these files will be easy to pass through for Sysmon. So we're just going to have a look at the head of both. So let's have a look at the CSV. Yeah. What I thought, pretty messy. The JSON in this case, because we're going to want to pull out. Yeah. So my process for this is the first thing I'm going to do is just pull out all the command lines and have a look at those. So let's go grep command line. So I'm putting the backslashes in because if I didn't, this needs to be double, then it would treat the quotation as look at this string and not the actual quotes, because remember we just saw that there was quotes in the file, and that's what we want to pull out because there'll be a parent command line as well, and I just want to pull out the command line. And then I doubt there should be that many. Let's just have a look at all of it. If I scroll back up, maybe too many. Oh no, okay, cool. Yeah, so remember back here, I was looking at command line. These are the quotes that I was talking about. So we need to just escape it in the grep command. so that it pops out. So first question is, what is the name of the process responsible for the entry point of the incident? So we're seeing some invoice draft PDF. So it's likely that they opened something and it caused the incident. We see a command here. Here's a VBS shell. Okay. So it's likely that this was the actual invoice that caused the incident. But the question wants the program or the process, which is this foxit reader.exe, and it wants the full path. So let's go. Oh, actually, can I? Wait, where this one? I don't think paste is working. Okay, we're typing all these out. So x86. Foxit software, Foxit reader, and then Foxit reader.exe. Sweet, first one there. What is the domain name of the C2 server that connects to download the malware? So we might not get that in here. We could look up network connections. I'm guessing it might be in the PCAP, but let's just go through and have a look. Actually, so we've got a PowerShell download cradle here. And it's connecting to this ngrok.io. So this looks like where it's downloading the malware from. So F3 AF 8BB 3b6.ngrok.io. Cool. What's the name of the document file that? What is the name of the document file that is actually connected to the C2 server? So that was the invoice final.pdf that we just saw that launched itself. Final.pdf. What file does the PowerShell download cradle download? So that's this one, invoice.ps1. The download script again downloads an exe malware. What is the name of the binary used to do the operation? That's in this next line I just saw. So it's using, what it's doing is it's using certutil to hit that IO, and then it's downloading this exe malware. So if we go certutil.exe, so certutil is used on Windows by Windows itself to download and manage certificates, but you can hash files with it, you can download files. You do that via this URL cache tech-f file, and then you give it an output as well. What is the C2 server that the exe malware connects to every command? So I'm guessing it's this BTLO1.exe that it's talking about. Like I said, we probably won't get that here. So what I want to do is let's exhaust kind of the Sysmon file, and then we'll go have a look in the PCAP and come back to this question. One of the requests, so that'll also be in the PCAP. Was the first command executed? So we can actually see this. It's just using command and /c to execute commands. So the first one that it runs is ifconfig. Several commands invoked by the malware, only a couple of commands. That'll be in the PCAP as well. Can you look at the body request in the PCAP to registry hives? We might find that because it might be running in command or like a reg query. And the malware duplicate itself to a different file name. Yeah, so that's just btl1.exe. Yeah. Okay, so the last thing I want to look for in here is actually what I should have done. So let's go. Oh, and click on the window. What I should have done. So if we go this and then less, and then we can search for reg. So here we go. We got HKLM is the first one. Now, because we've searched for it, it'll actually highlight it within the less output. HKCU, because it only wants the hives. That's incorrect. Do I need to change the order? Yes. Okay. So this, for any defenders playing, we're definitely trying to remove this in the later labs where order doesn't matter unless order tells you. So maybe it says like put these in alphabetical order. but in the old labs. Remember this. Just you might have the answer. Just try it. Okay, so we've got a few questions. We've got 3, 4, 5. No, 4 questions left. I think I'm done with this for now. So let's open up the PCAP. Let's go files, suspicious PCAP NG. It's a next generation PCAP file. This will take a little bit. I'll just cut back once this is open. All right, and we're back. So first thing we need to figure out is the host of the machine that we're looking at, which we could have, I guess, got from Sysmon, but we're going to do it in here. So we're going to go IPv4. What I did was statistics and endpoints, IPv4, and then usually one of the machines with the highest amount of packets is the host machine. So here we're looking at 192.168.1.3. So let's close that. Let's go IP_ADDR equals 192.168.1.3. And then as a guess here, what I'm going to look for is HTTP, because it's talking about requests. We know that they've used PowerShell and util. So that's where we kind of want to start. If we don't find anything, then we're going to broaden our search, but this should hopefully get us a hit. So here we can already see. So we had this like get BTLO1.exe, and we've got the invoice.ps1 as well. So this is a good start. It looks like it's communicating with a whole bunch of IPs. So this might be using a domain that has a few different IPs on it. But what is a C2 server that the exe malware connects before every command execution? So it's talking about this one. And then let's have a look at the host. So that's the answer that we had before. So this is where it's getting the malware. And it looks like there's a couple of gets here. And then we know that this is the host, and now it's doing a post request. So this is probably the malware reaching out, even though it's a different IP, because it looks like it's switched from where it's downloaded from to the command and control IP. And we have the BTLO1.exe in here as well. So that's a good sign. So it's likely this one, this root 37 address. So let's try that. Root 037 60393 dot localhosts dot run. I'm also more confident just from the fact that it's on a localhost domain. So whoever set this lab up obviously has used external IPs, but then they've set up a local host to run the malware on. Which is more likely just in CTF examples. So it's a bit of, I don't know, gamification from the platform itself. And there we go, we got that one right. So next one of the requests to the C2 is unique and the JSON data is returned in response. What are the fields for the JSON data? So what we're looking for here is probably something like, actually, so what I want to do, let's follow the TCP stream. What I'm hoping to see is some JSON. Oh, here we go. So JSON is just a format. It's denoted by these curly braces and then comma separated inside. What we were seeing before is formatted JSON, where it like puts a key value structure on each line. But what this matches what the question's asking, which is what are the 3 parameters? So URL, file name, and who am I? So let's try that. URL, file name. Can't spell. Who am I? Or as one of our team says, they can't get around. Every time they see who am I is who Amy. Shout out to Mel. We love you, Mel. So among the several commands invoked by the malware, only a couple of commands were actually executed, and the output sent back to the C2. What is the HTTP request on the param in these cases? So it's asking for this stuff, this get. So it's usually like a /? So this looks like one of them. So BTL equals y2m. And then what we're looking for is another one of these. So let's keep scrolling down. And okay. I kind of immediately thought that this was base 64. Base 64 doesn't have more than 2 equal signs. So it's definitely a base encoding, whatever this is, but it's not 64. Okay, so we didn't find that. So let's go back to our original search because it might not be in this stream. And yeah, this is the search that I want. Oh. Yeah, this is the search that I want. Yeah, and this is the encoding stuff. So we'll get around to that in a sec. So what I'm looking for here, so I'm just looking for something that's different than this Y2M. Could be the type of command that it's trying to send, denotes whatever this Y2M is. So if we keep scrolling down, there's not too much to scroll through. What we could do is like filter this out into a separate PCAP, then grep just get, or maybe just look for the gets in this, but I forget the syntax for that. Oh, here we go. ZGQ, okay. Let's go BTLO ZGQ. There we go. All right, one left. So the encoding. So once it wants the encoding. So let's go follow the stream again. I mean, we could guess some of this, but what I would like to do is see it in action. So we have CyberChef. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck it in the input. We could do brute force. I'm just going to try, I think like base 32, base 56. We could try base 64. I'm pretty confident it's not that with how many equal signs there are. Even though this command only has 1 equal sign, that's fine. But let's just do a little bit of research first. Let's go from base. Let's just go 32. Okay, so it converts to something. And also converts to something. So does that. And we're done 64. Okay, so it still converts base 64. And 85. Let's go 85. So 32 makes the most sense. It's all capitals, numbers, and an equal sign. 58 could be it. No, it's also lowercase. So base 58 is less likely. Base 62 is less likely. So is 64 and 85. So I'm gonna guess, but I reckon it's 32. Yeah, there we go. All right. Well, yeah, nice quick lab medium. It was very self-contained because it's just looking at the one PDF. You had a few ways to go about it. I didn't dive into elk at all. That's something you definitely do yourself, but using command line is fine. And then looking at the PCAP. But thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to never miss a video from our BTLO series. And always join us on Discord and tune in every Friday, 6 p.m. BST for another BTLO replay. Thanks, Defenders. I'll see you all next time.